Good morning and welcome to the Oasis Center for Spiritual Living, where we come together as one, providing spiritual tools for daily living. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Reverend Tucker. I'm the senior minister here at the Oasis. And I have this great team that God has provided me that I like to introduce as well, seeing as how they're a big part of the service. And the first one is my faithful assistant, Faith, who's actually been my assistant since the day she was born. She used to help her dad with the soundboard when she was a baby. And then when she learned how to crawl, she crawled up to the stage. So we put her on the pulpit and she started doing announcements with me every Sunday. We would just set her there. And I think people paid more attention to the announcements when you were up there. So that was kind of cool. Anyway, she grew up like 6 blocks from my house, so she spent a large part of her childhood over at my house when her dad would go on out-of-town tours and that kind of thing. So about 6 years ago, she said she was looking for a real job, and I hired her as my assistant in my other company. And then she became my assistant, my official assistant here at the Oasis. So she's the one behind the scenes that does everything. I just do the talking. She answers you when you say hi, hello, good morning, like we ask you to. And she's the one that provides things when you ask for them. And she does all the machinations behind the scenes, starting the music and that kind of stuff. So she's also our singer. So today she's going to be doing I Am Beautiful by Karen Drucker, right? Did I get that right?
And that is, yes, and that is on Songs of Spirit 4.
Songs of Spirit 4. We seem to like that CD quite a bit, don't we?
Yes. Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And thank you for being here. We love you. And then there is my partner in crime, my first baby practitioner, meaning he took all of his training with me, the very first one I ever trained. And he's now, he was my board president for many, many years, and then he went off to Florida. He's now in Florida, about to go to Wisconsin, but because of this software, we can have him back with us, and that's such a blessing to have. He's going to do our invocation benediction, and he's available at the end for our 1-minute miracle. I won't talk more about that right now. I'll just let you know that he's there. Thank you so much, Oz, for being here. We love you. All righty. And today's topic is I'm creating a series. The first is create a miracle in your mind. I seem to be stuck on miracles this year. I don't know what the deal is, but it's okay. I keep thinking I'm off of the topic and something else pops up, and I'll talk more about that in the service, in the talk. So you'll know more about that. But in the meantime, that is our topic for today. And I also like to acknowledge these two ladies because they provide our music. We couldn't do this without them, because whenever we do contemporary music, Facebook shuts us off or mutes us, and so does YouTube. So we're blessed to have Karen Drucker and Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver provide their music to us to be able to use every Sunday, so we can actually do a service. I like having a service. I don't like just being a talking head for an hour. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it as well. There's a watch party button if you would like to invite your friends. This is a great way for them to see what kind of services we have on Sunday. And they can ask questions and back and forth and not bother anybody, because it's kind of a private chat situation. So click on that watch party button and invite your friends. Say hi, good morning, hello, however you want to greet us. When we're in a facility, I can look out and see who's here. Here I get a number, and that's all I know. And so I really like to know who's in attendance. So do me a favor, say hi, good morning, hello. If you're visiting us later, just drop a line and say hello. So I'd like to invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Allow the service to uplift and inspire you as we move into our centering song.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Presence of God is everywhere, right here, right now, and for all time in all places. For God, as we conceive of it, is all that is all that can be, and is continuously creating the world anew in each moment. Right here, right now, God is here with me, with you, and with all that we see and all that we encounter. I know that there are blessings that are possible because of this, if we allow the presence of God to create the perfect solutions for each of our situations. I know this is so because God is eternal in it. God is infinite, and God must be so. And I allow this to penetrate through our service today and through our lives this week, knowing that God's presence is all there is, and we bask in the glory of that. I give thanks that this is so, and I let it be, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Oz. All right. Say hi, hello, good morning, however you want to greet us. When I'm in a facility, I can look out and see who's here. On this, I get a number. So please check in and just say hi, hello, good morning, however you want to greet us. All right. This next song is a really good reminder for us of how connected we are. This is one of Reverend Fairy Lane Silver's that she did while she was in practitioner training, actually.
We are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. I hear it and know it, my being. Spirit is all I am seeing. For God is all there is. Grateful am I to be living, open to what I receive, honoring what I've been given, sharing now what I believe. I remember the oneness around me. I surrender to infinite light, knowing the love that's surrounding me is within me by day and night. And we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. Yes, we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it.
Yes, we are all one in it. I think that's really important for us to remember, that we are connected to all of life. So if you don't know the words to that song, learn it. It's a great meme to get in your head all the time. Say hi, hello, good morning, however you want to greet us. But also, if you like something that you hear, whether that's something I say or Faith sings or Oz prays, by all means, hit the like button. If you love something, send us hearts, because we really love to get love. And if something strikes you as really powerful, by all means, use that wow button. It's great feedback for me to let me know when I'm on target. So without further ado, we're going to have Faith sing I Am Beautiful by Karen Drucker.
Thank you. I let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. Oh, I celebrate who I am. Gonna celebrate my beauty. Gonna celebrate my power. I'm gonna celebrate my wisdom. Gonna celebrate who I am. Yeah, celebrate who I am. Celebrate who I've become. Celebrate. Oh, I'll celebrate. I'll celebrate. Celebrate myself.
In case you didn't catch it, she was signing that. That's so cool. I love that you do signing.
Thank you.
I miss having a signer. You know, when we started the Denver church, we always had a signer. And when I started this church, it was so weird to stand up there and not have a signer signing while I was talking. It was just bizarre. I kept looking and it was like, oh, she's not here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's always a good affirmation for us to remember how beautiful we really are. I kind of threw her a curveball again. I've been doing this to her a lot lately and finding myself having difficulty being inspired. I don't know. Something about Joy not being at the service, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But I said to her, sing whatever you want. I'm going to be talking about You're More Than Your Body. And then she did it. And I'm like, oh, I guess I want to do this instead. So what happened is I keep getting these emails from this woman, Sarah Weissman, and she keeps saying, you need to check this out. You need to check that out, you know. And so I read some of her articles. She's an author. She's an intuitive and a singer-songwriter. And so I looked at her ebooks, and one of the ebooks that caught my eye was called Manifesting Miracles. So I downloaded it. And while I don't agree with everything she says, it's pretty good. And I thought, okay, let me just check this out. And she does this whole like workshop for 4 weeks. So I'm doing 4 weeks on her book, on her ebook. The next 4 weeks is going to be about manifesting miracles. And she receives messages. She doesn't say she channels, but she receives messages. And the messages she gets say that manifesting miracles is not about big, huge, lofty goals, but in fact, it's everyday miracles that we open ourselves to. And so she talks about it in 4 stages. The first stage is tapping into your true mind, not what someone else wants for you or what you think you should want. You know, I'm always saying don't should on yourself, but we're real bad about that. We human doings are really bad about shoulding on ourselves. I should be this, I should be that, I should like this, I should like that. That's not true. Your true mind knows what is the best for you. So we're going to be tapping into the true mind today. Next week is going to be tapping into our heart about the miracles that we want to create. Then there's, what is the third step? I can't remember what the third step is right off the top of my mind. The fourth one is moving into that stream that's already been created. So the next 4 weeks are going to be about the 3 weeks after this are going to be about those things. But today we're going to talk about what is your true mind wanting. And, you know, one of her things is she says, you know, everybody's doing all this positive thinking and affirmations and, you know, talking about the law of attraction and all of that, but then they take it to that first step and then leave you. And so her program is designed to take you to the next level, which is a step by step. How do you get there? Right. So that's what we're going to be working on. She says that miracles are simple, instantaneous, and effortless. And so we're going to get into, like, next week will be the deepest longing of your heart is what is most important. And she goes through this whole long explanation about how miracles are not, you know, about getting $1 million or winning the lottery or raising the dead or healing the sick. She says, don't get all lofty with your ideals and being, you know, getting $1 million. And, you know, this is where I think she's really not necessarily religious science, but she says, you know, when you're talking about abundance and prosperity, you know, what's important to her is being debt free and not worrying about money. So her affirmation is, I don't worry about money. That's not how we phrase things, because the subjective mind hears worry about money. It doesn't hear don't worry about money. It just hears worry. That's the emotional word that latches on. And so we have to be really careful and say, I am living a comfortable lifestyle, or all of my obligations are met, or something like that, instead of worry. Worry is really the highest form of prayer, or the lowest form of prayer, the strongest, the most powerful form of prayer. When you worry about something, you're worrying it to death. And like I say, the preponderance of our thoughts are what create the most, and the most that have the emotional challenge, the emotional charge on them, are going to be those that actually create. So we want to watch our thoughts and our emotions in this. Let's see. Ernest Holmes, always talks about you create more of what you focus your attention on. So we're going to be focusing our attention on creating the miracles in our lives. So Sarah says, each of us has the ability to manifest miracles in our lives, to create what we desire along the continuum of experience, events, and relationships that make up our existence in this particular lifetime. She says the tools that we've been using the last few decades, The Secret, the Law of Attraction, affirmations, positive thought, all of that has stopped short of actually enabling us to manifest, because that's just a baby step. And I agree with her in one way. In another way, I don't. Anybody who takes the time to actually deepen into the principles that we teach in religious science would be where she's talking about. But on the surface, I agree with her, because so many of the things like on TikTok and Facebook are really surface kind of things. Like, this is how you create something. And you don't really delve into visioning and visualization and affirmations and spiritual mind treatment and meditation and all of that. You're just hitting the surface of what law of attraction means, that kind of thing. So I agree with her in that respect. I just don't agree that you have to go somewhere else for that information. If you're deepening into these principles, you'll be able to create your desires. And then she says, the last step is, her strands. That's the third step. So the third week, we're going to be talking about strands. She calls strands, let's see, how does she? The third one is to follow the strands, the signs, the synchronicities, the chains of events that happen when you get a clue and you follow that and you get there and you get another clue and you follow that one and that gives you another clue. That's what she considers strands. And so that's the third step. And then the fourth step is moving toward the miracle, towards the energetic conversion. That's her explanation of it. And, Abraham Hicks talks about the same thing, the convergence that happens, energetic convergence. So what happens is, once we think this is what I want, we shoot out a rocket of desire. That's Abraham Hicks' explanation of it. We shoot out a rocket of desire, and then we say, oh, I don't really want that. And it shoots out another rocket of desire. So we have this dynamic tension between what we thought we wanted when we started the process and what we actually want. And that's why she's using this as a clarification tool to say, this is what I actually want. Because the universe starts working on our requests the minute we state them. And so it's all going on down in the background. All of the forces of the universe come together to create that reality for us, but we may not participate in it, right? Because we're not aware of it. It's going on all around us. I don't know if you've ever had this thought, like you look around and all these people are winning the lottery and, they're having all these wonderful things happen to them. And you're like, well, how come it doesn't happen to me? It's because our consciousness is not ready yet. And so the process of doing the affirmations, the visioning, the visualization, the meditation, the spiritual mind treatment, all of those things are readying our consciousness to be able to step into that energetic convergence that has already been created. And so it's not that the Olsen twins or, people like that have a better chance at creating. It's not like that at all. Everybody has the same chance of creating. It's our ability to step into that energetic convergence and actually participate in it that makes the difference. And so that's what we're working towards with everything that we do. She says, if you really want to create miracles, if you really want to manifest a different, more joyous existence, the answer that answers your deepest desires and changing your thoughts or using your thoughts is simply not enough. Miracles are not miraculous at all, by the way, but rather the true heart's desire manifested effortlessly and instantaneously by the universe. They may occur at any time during or after the series. So what's happening, she doesn't really understand that when you deepen into these principles, it's not just about words. She warns us to pay attention and be in awe because things are going to be happening around us. And if we pay attention to them, we get to participate in them. She says life is swirling around you in energetic convergence at every moment. And what she explains as energetic convergence is this, some of the stuff by Abraham Hicks talks about, rockets of desire and being in a vortex and that kind of thing. Another message is, as a divine soul in an earth body, beginning with the grace of your human heart, it is your birthright to create these marvelous mystical convergences that you call miracles. It's what you are here for in this continuous conscious movement towards now. So she talks a little bit about a trip that she took in a canoe, and they came upon this really beautiful area that they all thought was really wonderful. And they got a little bit further and they thought, we really want to go back and really enjoy that and they're in rowboats, right? So they're rowing and rowing against the current, rowing and rowing and rowing. And they finally get to where they are and they're completely exhausted and fatigued. And all of a sudden she had this aha that this is how we live our lives. That we go, oh, that happened back there. I really love that. Let's go back there instead of moving forward and realizing there could be new experiences. But also we're rowing against the current because we don't understand that that convergence is already happening. And so she realized she wasn't enjoying that part of that particular part of the trip at all. In the messages, they say, when you manifest, you create the intention of energetic convergence. The first step is to understand what your mind thinks. Sometimes your mind visions correctly, but sometimes you're shrouded in disbelief by your own views or views of your society, group, or culture. Knowing your true mind is the first step of manifesting. So she talks a lot about true mind. And she wants us to use this as a sort of a map for us to look at our mind and see what it is that we maybe have not been creating, or maybe we have been creating, but we don't want. She says, focus your attention on those areas where there's a cluster. Know that you've been, really focused on that, and those areas you don't want to look at. So she has this bagua that she uses. It's actually a feng shui bagua. So we're going to work from that. The first square there, if there's a particular square you don't want to look at, or in this case, it's not a square, it's a wedge. If you don't want to look at it, you want to make sure and pay attention to that particular square. The idea is that in order for us to create miracles, we need to have our mind and our body in synchrony. And on top of that, we need to make sure that all of the areas of our life are in balance. So she does a lot of work on this balance aspect of this bagua, where you look at all of these areas and you ask yourself, what does my true mind think about that? So as we're talking, feel free to jot down some notes if you want. Anyone who wants this bagua, Faith will send it to you. Just put in the comments that you'd like her to send it to you, and she will send it to you. Because we're going to be working with that today and next week. For sure. I can't remember if we work with it on the 3rd or 4th weeks, but I know we work with it on the 1st and 2nd week. So, and again, we don't want to should on ourselves. I should want this, or I should want that, or I should be doing something about that. We're not going to do that. We're going to work with this, knowing that we're going to let serendipity and synchronicity allow us to get the right answers. So we're going to start out with wealth, prosperity, and abundance. So what is your true mind wanting in the area of wealth, prosperity, and abundance? Just jot down whatever comes to you. Don't try to silence what is coming forward in case you think that you should want something else. What does your true mind want in the area of wealth, prosperity, and abundance? And what is it that you're really doing? Are you creating wealth and abundance? Are you creating prosperity? Are you experiencing those things? Are you experiencing the opposite? And what if money was not an issue? What would you really want if money was not an issue? And then the second portion is reputation and social nature. What do you really want? Not what you think you should want. What do you really want? It's interesting because reputation and social nature in this day and age really usually mean that we're posting things on Facebook and TikTok and maybe Instagram. Our social nature is really how we are in the world. So not just, social media, but what is your social nature? When you go to a party, how do you act? When you go to a nightclub, how do you act? When you're around family and friends, how do you act? When you're out walking on, in a mall, how do you act? That's your social nature. Not, no judgment around that, but like, are you more sociable? Are you not as sociable? Should you be more, there's that should word again. Do you feel like you would like to be more social than you are? Reputation is an interesting one. That is not about, slut shaming women or, even men. That is truly about you being a person of your word, how people perceive you. So what do you really want in those areas? Then the third is marriage, relationship, and partnership. That's an interesting one because many people want a partnership and a relationship. Not everybody wants to be married. But for those of you who do want to be married, what is it that you really want? Do you want the big wedding? Do you want a marriage? Do you want just a partnership? Are you wanting a relationship where you're honored and respected? What is it you're looking for? What is it that you really want in marriage, relationship, and partnership? Okay, here's the next one. What do you really want in help, family, and community? I find it interesting that those are really put together. I mean, it makes sense in some way, and in some ways it doesn't. I mean, when you talk about help, yes, your family and your community helps you. But it isn't always help that comes from family and community. Sometimes it's help from God within you. Sometimes it's help from, unexpected places. You hear me talk about angels here on earth, and sometimes that help comes that way. So what do you really want in help, family, and community? And then luck, serendipity, and synchronicity, which appear to be the same things, but they're really not. Luck is something I don't really believe in. I mean, when you're playing in Vegas, it's all about luck, but it's not really. It's really serendipity and synchronicity. But okay, we'll use those words since those come down from the Chinese, or is it the Japanese? For feng shui, it's luck, serendipity, and synchronicity put together. So what do you want in luck, serendipity, and synchronicity? I see synchronicity as those angels that appear out of nowhere, because when I need something and I'm open to receiving it, they seem to be there. That's what I think of as synchronicity. Serendipity is one of those haphazard things that happen serendipitously, if you will, where you think about something and you see it. That's, to me, serendipity. Synchronicity is more of an action kind of thing to me. I don't know. She doesn't really see it that way. And then number 6 is children, creativity, and entertainment. Now, I wouldn't necessarily put those 3 together. I mean, I get the link between children and creativity, because when you have a child, you create that child, right? I get that. And I get that little kids are really creative. They have no filters on their creativity. They learn that through a process of somebody telling them that doesn't look like a person, or, you're not very good in that area or something. That's where they learn that. But the entertainment aspect, I'm not sure I understand. I mean, yes, children can be entertaining, and yes, creativity can be entertaining, but it's not really, to me, something you put together, but that's okay. I never wanted children, so maybe that's why it doesn't make sense to me like it does maybe to other people. All right, and here's another one. Wisdom, self-knowledge, and rest. Again, I'm not sure how rest figures into wisdom and self-knowledge, but okay, they grouped them together. To me, wisdom is something that you, through experience, you attain wisdom because you've had some experience living, and so you figure things out. Self-knowledge is about the self, not about necessarily the world, where I think wisdom is more about the world, but that's okay. But rest, I don't understand, but that's okay. What do you want in wisdom, self-knowledge, and rest? And then we have career, life's work and individuality. Career and life's work go together. Individuality, maybe. I mean, for me, when you're in a career, when you have your life's work, it's not really an individual experience, so to speak, because there's things that you go along with, even with ministry. I mean, when I first started in the school of ministry, realizing that I was going to need to be wearing skirts all the time because that's what my mentor minister taught, I was kind of like, okay, well, that's fine. But there's like rules. There's stuff you have to abide by when you're doing your career or your life's work that don't really lend itself to you being a true individual, if that makes any sense. You can individualize that experience, but there's always going to be something that is going to keep you from being truly individual. If your life's work is something like art, perhaps not. Perhaps that's just, or ministry to a certain extent is individual, but again, I have rules. There's rules that surround what I do. And so as a minister, I'm careful of what I talk about. I'm careful that I don't want to offend anyone. I want to get the point across without offending people. So, that you can individualize that, but it's not really an individual journey. I can't just get up there and do whatever I want. So that's why for me, that seems a little weird of a grouping, but again, it's the way the Bagua is. And then financial interest in a future company. Yeah. What would you want there? I mean, potentially, I don't know how likely it is that work is about investing or that a company would listen to my concerns, and I don't know. So, I don't know. I guess you realize this will be your homework, right? So maybe you can look at this Bagua throughout the week and really start to see those areas that maybe you're overdeveloped in one or more areas, and maybe you have avoided one or more areas. But in true reality, your ability to step into the vortex and receive that energetic accomplishment is when you are balanced in all of these areas. I'm not thinking, that you need to this is 0.5 over here and it's 1.5 over here. So I need to, it's not like that, but you want to make sure that you are focusing your attention not only on one or two specific areas, but that you're balanced in all of those areas. So again, if you would like to get a copy of this Bagua, by all means, put it in the comment section and Faith will be able to send that to you. Okay, you have 3 tasks this week. The first is to flesh out these notes that you've been doing and put them into affirmative statements. Again, remember, we're not going to say, I don't have to worry about money. The subjective mind doesn't hear that. So we don't want to put any negative wording into our affirmative statement. Our affirmative statement should be a positive statement towards whatever the goal is. So, for instance, if you want to live debt-free, for example, you are going to do an affirmation that says, my financial life is comfortable. Something like that, right? So you're not worrying about it. And as we move deeper into the process, we're going to move to reveal what our heart wants. So ask yourself if it reflects what you truly want to create in your life or not. Don't track it. Just write it down or just notice your thoughts pop up if this is actually true mind for you or not. It's really funny because, I always say it's a really good thing that we have filters because if we created every thought we had, we'd not like, oh, here's this. Oh, no, it's gone. Yep, here it is. Nope, it's gone. And we wouldn't have any permanence to our reality. Not that it's totally permanent, but anyway, just doodle around with this experience and see what the questions come up for you. What information surprised you the most and what you thought you wanted? What areas are you should have created a different experience? Which ones contain the most energy? Which of the Bagua will contain the least energy for you, and why? What information was revealed that you didn't know? What information was revealed that you do know but did not see in the same way? Really just kind of evaluate that for yourself. Do the actions in your life reflect what you discovered using the Bagua? Do you really feel ready to create what you want? And if not, why? What people and relationships came up? What surprised you? What did you discover when you talked about meditation, or when I talked about meditation? Why meditate? What did you think you wanted when you began this? And what do you realize you actually want right now? That's your homework pieces for this. Make sure you bring back your Bagua with you next week, because we're going to talk about it some more. But we're going to look at our hearts, and we're going to want to use the Bagua again. And here's the thing about miracles we head towards. As we remember all the miracles that have been created in this world, as we're heading down this path, we want to remember that at one point, whoever was involved in whatever miracle it was at the same point that you're at right now, contemplating what that miracle is. And those people who go into prayer and receive a miracle and at one point are right where you are, in that moment of intention, they create the miracle. They decided what it was they wanted. So it's important for us to remember. Are you with me on this? Are we going to do this week? Hopefully. We're going to do our journal. We're going to take a look at our Bagua, see the other notes that you might want to make. You're going to notice those areas that you want to avoid and write something for sure on those, and notice which areas the Bagua you looked at and just assumed you already knew, and then maybe take another look at that, because you're going to do that journal piece and you're going to be aware of all the little things that pop up around you, what you want. Participate with and participate in the miracles. Will you do that with me this week? Okay, let's have a prayer.
You're muted.
Thank you. Sorry. I thought I unmuted it. Right now, I just move into the awareness of God as all there is, all there ever has been, all there ever will be, all there is right here, right now. And this is where I find myself in the life of God, the beingness of God. My very essence, my very life, my very being. It is who and what I am. And every thought, every action, every deed is guided and led by that ancient wisdom of the ages that flows through me, flows through all of us equally. And so I know that to be so for this team that God has provided me, for Lynn and for Faith and for Tina and for Oz and for Karen and for Elaine. Because we are one in that infinite power, that infinite presence of God. And every thought, action, and deed is guided and led by that same ancient wisdom of the ages that flows through it all. I know that same truth to be so for every person who is listening to this, whether that be in real time or later on. For we truly are all one. Mitaku Yasin, all my brethren, we are all related. So I bless this coming week, because I do know that the infinite power, the infinite presence, the infinite life of the universe of God has been conspiring behind the scenes to create from that rocket of desire we shot out in our intentional creation. So as we move through this week and we do this journaling and we understand the necessity for the creation or the balance in all of these areas, we embrace that convergence that has already been created. We step into it and allow it to be our focus and our intention for the week. As we question our mind about those things that we thought we wanted, but now we know we want, or that we don't want. I bless this week with all the experience of life that is good and productive and comfortable and uncomfortable, because it is all good. If it moves us towards what we want, it would be anything but good. So I know that this same effect is happening for the names of every person who is in the ministry of prayer, because I know whatever condition they are experiencing is an opportunity for God to show through and reveal goodness, for the universe to show its convergence that it's been working on. All of this is an opportunity of dynamic tension between what we want, or what we say we want, and what we actually want, and the creation of it. So I pull back the veil now, revealing the truth. I call it good and very good as I give thanks for it. I give thanks for being in service in this way. And I just let this be. And so it is.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world.
Now is our opportunity to receive your gifts, tithes, and offerings, and your opportunity to express your gratitude for that which you have already experienced in the physical realm, but also that which you may have created with your true mind that you may not have seen yet in the physical realm. Doesn't mean it's not there, it just means it's not present yet. That convergence has already happened behind the scenes and you haven't experienced it yet. So in a minute, I'm going to ask you to go to www.oasiscsl.org, and about 2/3 down the page, say this offering affirmation with me. And underneath that is a Contribute Now button. So let's talk about the contribution now real quick. We don't have a facility, so you're not paying for the usual expenses that a ministry needs to have for the facility and the utilities and all that stuff. Since we're online only, our expenses are a lot less, but We have a vision for a global reality of everybody as healed and whole. And we do that one person at a time, but we'd like to do that of the whole world. We would like to see the whole world healed and healthy. And so it takes money, unfortunately, to market things like that. So we already have people from the UK and Germany and the Netherlands that join us. But we'd like to be more global than that, be really totally international. And so your contribution helps with that. So whether you're watching in real time now or later on, please go now to www.oasiscsl.org and say this offering affirmation with me. This perfect gift is spirit and form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give and joyously I receive, and so it is. Hit that contribute now button and make our vision a reality. All right. We have this wonderful team of licensed practitioners from coast to coast, which we call our God Squad. They are the healing arm of the church, and they are available by appointment for a fee for spiritual guidance, if that's what you want. You would get onto our website. We're updating the website, but you're going to get onto the website, check them out, decide who you want to talk to, click on the link, and it's going to take you to their Facebook page. Right now, you're going to have to go to their Facebook page, but you can check out the practitioners and see which one you connect up with. And then you let them know that you would like an appointment for spiritual guidance, and they will tell you how to pay for it. It'll either be Venmo, Cash App, Wise, or PayPal. Each practitioner has their own business, and they decide which form of payment they're going to take. I don't get involved in any of that. But they'll tell you how to pay for it, and then they'll reach out to you by video chat at your appointed time. Our practitioners are also, our God Squad also prays every day on requests that they receive for a week. So if you would like prayer for something, put it in the comment field. If you don't want it to be public, you can DM Faith, and she'll make sure that it gets to the God Squad for their prayer work for that week. All right. And then the last piece of the practitioner stuff is what Oz does. It's called 1 Minute Miracle. And he's available for that after the service. You can video chat him. If he doesn't answer right away, know he's on with someone else, and just try back later. But he is available for what we call our 1 Minute Miracle. All right. And then we have Brooks and Bailey. This is their mala bead necklace that they have. This one is amethyst, so it was $60. But they have mala bead necklaces that are $30 and up. There's 108 beads on it, so it's perfect for using for affirmations. The Hindus and the Buddhists use it for their mantras. They just move a bead and do their mantra. So I recommend that for affirmations, because I say do 100 of them a day. And then the bracelets have 54, so you could do twice a day with the bracelets. But check them out. You can reach them by brooksandbailey0307@gmail.com. All proceeds go to Rocky Mountain Lab Rescue, which I feel is a very worthy cause. And one of Shauna's really that's her heart connection. And they also have a Facebook page, so you can check them out on that. Whenever they have a booth at any of the events and they share it, I try to share it on my page as well. All right, Faith.
And please check out the Visit Crew. The website no longer works. However, you can reach us through Instagram and Facebook. I will be posting the link to sign up for Zumba classes next week. We'll be starting that at 1 p.m. We're going to start with half-hour classes, and it's going to be $3 for the half-hour class. And then once I get some more choreography, we'll up the time from there.
And that's 1 o'clock Mountain Time, right?
Yes, 1 o'clock Mountain Time. It will all be online. You can pay online. I'll also have my Venmo on there. If you need the link privately, let me know, or DM the Mystic Brews Facebook page or Instagram, and I can get that to you. And we hope to see you there.
Cool. I wish I had a space where I could work out. That would be awesome, with a TV. I've got a space to work out, but no TV. And then where I have a TV, there's no space to work out. I want to take that class really bad, but it's not happening right now. Sooner or later, I'll be there. I promise. Okay. So Angel Renee has an Etsy store that has a lot of the same kind of items that, or at least the same, category of items. She has intention candles that you burn. She also has these tea bags that you put in your bath. She uses all these herbs to help you focus on your intention. So definitely check out both these websites. Then we love to support those who support us. So here we have Elaine Silver's website. She has a website that she built years ago and she can't update it. So she can't change the form of payment. So what you're going to have to do is look on there, see what CDs you want, and then email her. She'll let you know how to pay for it. She travels around the country singing, and so she carries the CDs around in her car. And she's very good at making sure you get it she sends it off the next day. So you'll have to reach out to her, but definitely check out her website. She's got a lot of really cool stuff. The Goddess, there's one that's I can't remember all the titles, but there's a Goddess one that is out of this world. I love her stuff. All right. And then there is Karen Drucker, and her stuff, you can order it by the song, the CD, the songbook, and some of the songbooks actually have American Sign Language in them, which I think is really cool. And you can get karaoke files in case you want to sing along to the karaoke. Anyway, her website does work, so you can do payment right then and there. But definitely check that out. Today's music selection was from Songs of Spirit 4. She has a lot of really cool chants on Songs of Spirit 1, 2, 3, and 4. So check that out. All right. And buy something. Like I said, we love to support her because she supports us. She gifted us her entire collection of 20 CDs with all of that stuff, the karaoke files, the songbook, everything. And then check out our website at www.oasiscsl.org. We are really forming a nice website. It's in process, so be patient with us. But there are some video files of my sermons over the last 3 years, and there is some audio files from long time ago that are up there. We're going to be featuring different practitioners every month doing some kind of inspirational article. So check it out on a regular basis, because I think you'll find that there's a lot of good stuff on there. And we are also on YouTube for the video sermons, and those are current. And we are on SoundCloud for the audio files, and those are current. So check all of that out under S. Tucker. All right, let's head into our closing song right now.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so I am so glad.
And I know that right here, right now, the presence of God uplifts and enfolds us all. And I give thanks for being in that presence and being in your presence. And we'll see you all next week. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you. Oh, thank you all for being here. I know there's 1,000 places or things that you could be doing on a Sunday morning. We're blessed to have you with us as well. Join us every week, but especially next week at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time, where we're going to create miracles with our heart. And remember to do your journaling on your Bagua and then bring the Bagua with you. If you would like a copy of that Bagua, Faith will send it to you. So put it in the comments section real quick. If not, I'll see you next week. In the meantime, stay safe, wear a mask. We love you. Thank you for being here.